children, welcome you all. Today we are going to learn Science of Class 6 is chapter 10. Today is our second session of the chapter Motion and Measurement of Distance. In our previous lecture we have discussed about different types of distances, how do we cover, what are the needs, why do we do. So there were the distances, and even we have covered the story of transport. Thereafter the second topic, which was how to measure a distance with a hand span or a foot. Okay. Now today, in our today's session of NCERT class 10, let's see the contents which we are going to cover up today. Very first is some measurement we are going to study. Thereafter, standard units of measurement. Why do we need standard unit? So have to have a particular or a perfect measurement we need, and the standard unit is meters. Okay. Then 10.5 is correct measurement of length. How do we get it? That we are going to study. Then next, measuring the length of a curved line. When you have to measure something which is not straight, it can be in the zigzag form or in a form of wave. So how do you how you are going to calculate it up. Next, you have to what is there rather, moving things around. What are the things which are moving around you? And next is types of motion. So let's start up from this, some measurement. As we have discussed earlier that in ancient time people used to make this thing, measure the distance by the help of hand span. It begins from here till here, means from the tip of thumb till the tip of little finger. Then the footstep they can measure. Even the lengths are measured by the footstep. People in ancient time divides their boundaries by the help of foot only. Then the muthi, feast. We can say this as a feast. And lastly, what happened? People used to divide like this. I'll show it to you. Even nowadays also when we play, we do something, when we play with the pebbles. So what do we say? This is your portion, this is my portion. How can we divide with the help of feet? That's it. See here. One feast, second feast, third feast, fourth feast. Okay? Like this, with the help of feet, we can measure the distance. Even we say it as muthi. Then angul. What is angul? This finger measurement. Okay. Suppose you have gone for stitching a suit. Your mother would have gone, or even you, for a shirt. So you just wear and you got a problem in fitting of your dress. Then what will you say to the tailor, or what can you say to tailor? You can say that lose it by 2 ungles. Okay. What do we say? 2 angles. It is given. Angul. Fine. In earlier days, in nowadays even, people understand this language. In English we say 2 finger gap or 1 finger gap. Clear? Next. Now, as these were happening in ancient time, but are they accurate? Can we get the perfect measurement? No, it is not possible. So what had happened? Invention had happened very fast in this thing, 1790. In 1790, the French created the standard unit of measurement. What are the standard units of measurement? As I told you that the measurement of a cloth or a road will be measured in standard unit of meter and kilometer. Now standard unit of measuring liquid is liter and milliliter. Now standard standard unit of measuring the vegetables or cereals is kilogram and gram. So who has invented? In 1790, the French has invented the standard unit for weighing or for measuring. After that, it becomes very easy to understand and to tell anyone what exactly the measurement is. It can be of anything. And listen, without measuring, nothing is possible. If you are just going to overlook here, that you will find everything. It has a certain measurement. Whether it's a tree, we say tall, short, thin or thick. Thereafter, long or short, etc. Everywhere there is measurement. Next, standard unit of measurement as we have discussed. Next, correct measurement of length. It is very important. If you make a mistake, slight mistake in the length, suppose you are working in a laboratory which deals with pills, medicines are used to be prepared over there. You make a mistake in adding any of the non-metals like sulfur or sodium. If 0.001 mistake is done by you now, you may have a problem. The medicine which is discovered by you will be false and there is no fruitful advantage of it. So better be very careful. Slight measurement mistake can throw you into the big problem. So it is very important to have a particular measurement of whatever thing you are dealing with. So if you have to buy a cloth, so you need a proper measurement. You have to just make a curtain of a room. You can go to the shop and ask over there that I need 5-meter cloth. He will or she will manages to give you. And if you say, yes ma'am, kindly give me the cloth or the curtain, he cannot give you anything. Then he asks you, okay, what is the measurement? Then you say, well, I don't know. Then he'll throw you out of his shop. But he doesn't have the time for your foolishness. So, if you need to buy anything, you must have a perfect measurement of its length. Next, measurement the length of a curved line. Sometimes what happens, see, suppose you have to measure, even earthquake are measured by the help of scales only. There is a shaking beneath the earth rather, and then it is measured by the scale. The scale name is Richter scale. That you will come to know in standard 8 what it is all about. But always remember, whether it's a flood or earthquake, it is measured by a particular scale. Suppose there is a wave-like structure. Okay, there is a thing wave-like or decorative piece of your room. So how you are going to measure it? You have to take a thread. With the help of thread, from one to one, you are going to measure. Okay, take a complete thread. With the help of thread, you can take its measurement. Why? Because a thread can be bent in whatever direction you want it to be. So if there is a wave-like structure or a zigzag one, so you have to measure such types of curved line. For their measuring, you have to take thread to have a perfect measurement. Next, what do we have? Moving things around. Yes, it's a very prosperous example to understand that measurement is all over. If you just see up in the sky, there are the measurement of even stars. They move from one direction to other in a certain, they have certain measurement. If you are just try to calculate its size, okay, have your one eye closed and one eye open, you just measure, you can measure. But when you reach, do you know, they are bigger than the sun even, the star. They seems to be too small now, but they are much bigger than the sun. Is that clear to you? So it has also certain measurement. You just see ants. You would have seen many insects. Ants. Do you know ants? How does it moves? Ant always moves in a single or a double line. One ant moves. Okay? After a second ant. They move in this direction. And how do they move, beta? As they move, they turn. They turn sometimes like this, like this, like this. As the ant moving, you just interrupt its way. You just, suppose this ant from here, you just throw it here. So as you take away your hand, the ant will again return back to its own position. Why? Because it can recognize by its footprint, even by the footprint of other worker ants. So even they have the certain measurement. This much distance they cover. You would have seen everywhere. Have you seen? If not, just go in an open area where the ground is. You will going to find a tiny holes over there. Even sometimes inside the kitchen, especially during summer, what happens? They feel very hot, so they try to make hole everywhere, and in that hole they just walk out, even walk in a particular measurement in a line. Suppose you have to measure that even, so you can use what? Again you can use a thread. If it is a straight line, almost it is a straight line, you can use a measuring tape or a scale. How long measure it has, how long distance it had covered. Many more examples are there. For example, bus. Suppose you are coming to school by school bus, then what does the bus do? Does it come straight from your home till here? No. It has lots of zigzag movement. Why? Because it has to cover many society. First, if the bus reaches to Anand Park, then it moves to Vasant Park, then Lakshmi Narayan Chowk, thereafter it goes to this thing, Anand Bungalows. So it used to cover a big, sometimes it's a zigzag, sometimes a curved distance is there. But we will going to, suppose you have to measure that distance. So what will you do? Are you going to take a thread to measure? No. There is kilometers. When anything walks on a road, it is always calculated in kilometers. Nowadays, kilometer machine measuring the distance, it is always attached to the bus only inside where there is a steering. Over there, the calculation of kilometer is done. Fine? Thread cannot be used. Thread will only be used when you have to measure a piece of cloth or a small size which has a curve in it. Got it? Now, this much. Now, our last topic of this chapter is types of motion. Now, what types of motion are there? We are going to discuss next. There are different types of motion. All the motions are seen by you only in your day-to-day life. Types of motion. There are different types of motions. Some motions are slow, some motions are fast. Okay? Slow motion is there. Have you heard about slow motion dance? When we do robotics like this, something like this, slow motion. Then motion can be fast. Motion can be fast. Have you heard about Michael Jackson? His dancing performance was fabulous. He always dances in a fast motion, like a robot. Very fantastic dancer. Then rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion. It is a straight motion. It moves in a straight line. Okay? It moves in a straight direction. Next, what do we have? Uniform motion. Means continuous. Then non-uniform motion. Means breaks. Then periodic motion. Specific, interval, given. Then circular motion. Moves round. These are the few motion. How does the vehicle move? Even we move, or it can be a living thing or non-living thing too. Whether we are living or non-living, we all does some type of motion. As I am, which type of which motion is of mine? Mine is non-uniform motion. How it can be a non-uniform? It can be both, but right now why it is not uniform? Because sometimes I stop, I start writing, and again I start speaking. I am not doing it in a continuity. I breaks my continuity and changes to other. So it can be an example of non-uniform motion. As you come to school by bus. So does your bus moves in a same speed? No, it can't. Suppose someone comes or there is a chaos on the road. The bus has to stop for a while over there. Or someone wants to get in. Some child wants to get in. Still bus has to stop. Again it starts, stops, starts, stops. So this can be the example of non-uniform motion. Let's see. Very first, slow motion. I just talked to you about the slow motion. When we sleep and we turn our body onto the bed, okay, in my sleep or your sleep. So what happens? Our body turns in a very slow manner. Have you ever seen cow or a buffalo? When it cuts, move her mouth for eating. It's a very slow motion. Okay. Now fast motion. Have you ever heard about the car racing? It's very fast. Bike racing, and even if you go to fair, there is one fair. In Hindi we say maut ka kuan. What do we say? Maut ka kuan. What happens inside that well? Vehicles like four-wheeler, that is car. There is one person who drives a car and the other one is biker. They just move so fastly. It's very difficult. We can only see. It's very difficult to imagine that you can too perform such activity. It needs lots of training. So it's a very fast process. Okay, it changes in a minute. In a minute it start, in a minute it stop. Even both the motions are there as well as circular motion is also there. Why? Because it moves in a circular form. Next, what do we have? Rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion is always done in a straight line. The example for its motion is train. Have you ever traveled by a train? Travel does this thing. Train can be the example of rectilinear motion. Why? Because it always go in a certain straight direction only. It changes its routes, but not in a circular form or every time it zigzag. No, very sharply, but it always go in a straight line. Okay? So rectilinear motion is the motion which goes straight, and the best example is of train. You would have seen a train too. Have you ever seen? Not seen, so go to the railway station, you will going to find train even looks straight. This, you have this pencil box, see, it's also a straight one. Is there any curve? No. So like this straight line is there, it means it's a rectilinear motion. Next, what do we have? Uniform motion. When anything is done uniformly, as daily you come to school, study and go back to home. It's a uniform thing. What you are doing regularly, that even you are studying. You are studying your subject, you are writing continuously. If you are sit in an exam, you are in an exam. So what uniformity you are going to have? Writing your paper. What else can be the example of uniform? Uniform means as the bell rings in the school, uniformly every teacher comes out and other goes in. This is called uniformity. Even if we are talking about motion, this is the speed. Other example, in school we have same uniforms. So it can be a same thing which all are doing. The uniform motion exactly means the motion which has to be covered in the same interval of time. Uniformity should be maintained daily, the thing which you do daily. Non-uniform motion, brakes. Any brakes? I gave you the example. This non-uniform we have discussed in the beginning of the chapter, as I have given you the example of bus. Even suppose you go to other city or your mama's house on your private vehicle like car. Your father is driving a car. Suppose he comes in between any city and there is lots of chaos. So what he has to do? He has to break down his car. He has to stop his vehicle. Why? Because there was a chaos. Again, when he moved to highway, the speed of the car reaches to 90, 100, even 110. Why? Because it's a two-way highway. None of the vehicle come in front. He can manage or he can go with the speed he wants. Again, when he comes in the middle of the city, the speed of the car can decrease till 30 even. 20 to 30. I hope you would have understood the example nicely. Why? Because all these things you do in your day-to-day life. Next more to go. Next is periodic motion. It is a periodic means specific. As sun rises in the east, it has a particular time. It sets in the west, it has a particular time. A very good example is of pendulum. Have you ever seen a clock? Where is a clock? Okay. What does the clock tell us? You are very smart, I know. Time. Okay. 6, 1. We are taking this example in which in periodic we have this. There is one pendulum over here. tick tock, tick tock. What is the sound created by the pendulum? It's tick tock, tick tock. Now what happens? After every 1 hour, it depends how you fix it, but mostly by the company, it is fixed for an hour. After an hour, the sound starts beginning in a very loud manner, like tick 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 or tick tock or whatever sound is created. But when it moves in a period of an hour, I hope you would have understood this. One more example shall I give you? Okay. The example of your class. After every period, peon just ring the bell or ring the hooter. After every 45 minutes, there is a bell. That means the period is over and next you have a sports period. So you eagerly wait for the ringing of the bell. So it is an example of periodic motion. Now circular motion. Circular motion is always a round motion. It's move in a round circle. Where you have a great example for that everywhere. Whether you are in a school, inside your class or inside your room. Fan. Fan always move in a circular motion. Even a bicycle. The wheel of bicycle also shows a circular motion, as well as the car, the bus. They all have a circular motion into it. Isn't it enjoyable journey? Not only we have understood the motion, we also come to know that how does everything in this topic relates us. This is all about physics. Physics is what we do and in what manner we are performing. Now I think you will be able to understand and always have a perfect measurement. Never have a random measurement. If there is an emergency, then it's fine. You come to know and you would have understood by what do we say to particular measurement and in which year. Who has invented the units of measurement? It was the French in 1790. Why? Because everybody need a proper measurement. That's why it had been invented. If the distance is known, then only we can reach the place on a proper interval of time. And if you go look, as we have difference in our surrounding, there is a difference in road also. For circular motion, we have taken the example of fan. If you go to mountains, mountains have a peaks like this. You just move to Uttarakhand. In Uttarakhand, there are 4 dham. Gangotri is there, Yamunotri is there, Badrinath, Kedarnath. There the road has been constructed among these mountains. It's a circular road. You just imagine there are some place, even there, Yamunotri, if you go to Yamunotri, there you have to walk for 5 kilometers. Why? Because there the roads are so much narrow. You can only be able to put your feet over there. It's very difficult. So, still our government has made such type or such, they have constructed such roads, at least we can walk onto them. So mountains road can be the example of circular motion. Why? Even else we move on a bus or a car, it has to move in a circular form. So on the whole, now you are able to understand very well that what are the motion and the measurement of distance. And very important, when we deal with NCERT, it's very important to go through your books line to line. We should not skip anything from the book. A summary is also given to you. Write down all the importance. Even learn every define or every topic with its example too. Have a nice day.